Have you ever found yourself in that really common modern spot, staring at the back of your TV, just this tangled mess of cables, wishing you had like just one more HDMI input
Oh, yeah,
for that new console or, a streaming stick?
definitely.
Or maybe you've tried to share something like the big game from one box onto different TVs,
Mm-hmm.
maybe around the house.
Yeah.
And you just run into signal problems or you're constantly unplugging and replugging wires. It's this challenge of convenience, right? But it often just turns into digital chaos.
It really does. That frustration, the cables, the limited inputs.
Yeah.
It's something I think almost every home with a bit of tech grapples with.
So what's the actual technical snag there? Why is it such a persistent headache?
Well, that's what we're diving into today. We want to cut through that complexity, look at a specific piece of tech that actually offers a pretty neat solution.
Okay.
A surprisingly elegant one, actually.
So our deep dive today is focusing on this product. It's called the WolfPack 4K 30 Hertz 4x4 HDMI Matrix Switch. It's got these 4 EDID modes too. Think of it like the nerve center for your whole home entertainment setup, really designed to sort of master all those digital connections.
A good analogy.
And hopefully by the end of this deep dive, you'll see how just one device like this can totally change your setup, letting any source show on, well, any of 4 displays.
Simultaneously, even.
Simultaneously. Or, get this, in like 256 different combinations. It's kind of mind-boggling.
Yeah, the flexibility is huge.
So let's start at square one. What's the actual issue when you've got too many HDMI sources, not enough inputs, or you just want to easily switch what's playing where? Is it just wires, or is there something more technical going on?
Well, it's interesting because, without the right kind of solution, it really does become this logistical nightmare pretty quickly. You're constantly swapping cables by hand. And that's not just annoying, it causes actual wear and tear on your expensive ports.
Right, I never even thought about that part.
Yeah. And then you introduce potential problems like signal degradation or weird compatibility issues between devices and screens. Trying to just manually juggle multiple devices across different screens. It's just asking for those kinds of, frustrating glitches. I remember setting up my first proper home theater day back. This was before these kinds of matrix switches were common.
Oh, yeah.
I swear I spent more time behind the TV messing with cables than actually watching anything. It was maddening.
I can totally relate to that. So, okay, that's where this WolfPack switch comes in then.
Exactly.
You described it as a core router for your entertainment system, not just splitting signals, but like intelligently directing them.
Yeah, directing is a good word. And it's not just directing, it's actively managing the conversation between your sources and your displays.
Okay.
Its core setup is 4x4, which
Oh.
just means, 4 input ports for your sources.
Right, like Blu-ray console.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And 4 output ports for your displays. TVs, projectors, whatever you've got.
Simple idea, but sounds really powerful on practice.
It is. The main function is just giving you incredible flexibility and control. It literally lets any of your 4 sources, PC, Blu-ray, satellite box, game system, you name it, show up on any of your 4 displays.
Any 4.
Any 4. You could have one source showing on all 4 screens at once.
Wow.
Or 4 different sources on 4 different screens. Or, any mix you want in between. Forget that old what's on TV problem.
Yeah.
With this, the real aha moment isn't just watching anything anywhere. It's the freedom of, say, okay, you've got the live game on the patio TV. A movie for the kids is running in the den.
Right.
Your gaming session is going strong in the living room, totally undisturbed.
Okay.
And maybe a YouTube tutorial is playing in the kitchen, all potentially from just a few source devices. That's where those 256 combinations really come into play. It's pretty liberating.
It's versatility. Yeah, that sounds like a genuine game changer for a lot of homes. So, okay, we've got the how it works, the matrix routing part. But what about the what? What kind of picture quality are we talking about? This thing is called 4K 30 hertzes. What does that actually mean for what I see on screen?
Right. So this device is built to handle really high-quality video. It supports 4K 2K, which, is 4 times the resolution of standard 1080p HD.
Yeah, okay. Big jump.
Huge jump. Plus, it handles 3D content, if you still have that, and deep color for richer visuals. It's compliant with the HDMI 1.4 standard.
Which HDMI 1.4?
And that standard specifically supported 4K resolution, but capped at 24 or 30 frames per second, so 30 hertz.
So 30 hertz is fine for movies, streaming?
Absolutely. For cinematic stuff, most TV shows streaming, 30 hertz is perfectly smooth. Now, to manage all that data, because 4K needs a lot more bandwidth than 1080p,
Right.
this switch has a video bandwidth of 10.2 gigabits per second.
10.2 GBPs. That sounds like a lot.
It is. And that number isn't just, a speck on a sheet. It's the muscle that makes sure you get truly uncompromised 4K video and audio, meaning your signal isn't getting squashed down or compressed. Every pixel, every sound channel gets to your display exactly like the source sent it. It helps prevent that subtle image fuzziness or audio dropouts you might get with, cheaper or lower spec switches.
Okay.
But it is important to note for maybe competitive gamers or PC users who really want that super smooth 4K at 60 hertz or even higher.
Yeah.
You'd need to look at a different class of switch, something probably based on HDMI 2.0 or even 2.1.
Ah, okay.
This WolfPack unit, it's really optimized for solid, reliable 4K video distribution where 30 hertz is plenty, which honestly covers the vast majority of streaming boxes, Blu-ray players, cable boxes, that sort of thing.
That's a really important distinction, thanks. But, often the biggest HDMI headaches aren't even about resolution, are they? It's those moments when the signal just drops, or you get weird colors on screen.
Oh, yeah. The dreaded handshake issues.
Exactly. Does this switch help with that? I saw something about EDID modes in the name.
Yes. Okay, so EDID. For anyone who's ever fought with those frustrating HDMI handshake problems, the screen suddenly goes black or it flickers on and off.
Been there.
Right. You've been wrestling with EDID. It stands for Extended Display Identification Data.
Okay.
And it's basically the language your source device, like your Blu-ray player, uses to talk to your TV or projector.
Talk about what?
About what the display can handle, its best resolution, its refresh rate, even what kind of audio it supports. EDID helps the source optimize its output for that specific screen. It's kind of a silent hero in your setup when it works right.
So how does the switch use EDID?
Well, this is where this particular switch gets really clever. Its EDID management isn't just basic. It's about really robustly handling that handshake. The WolfPack's EDID features are actually pretty powerful. It can, copy, emulate, clone. It can even learn the EDID data directly from a display.
Learn it.
Yeah. It comes with some standard presets, sure, but also user-programmable banks and even what they call a sync-ED sniffing bank.
Yeah.
Basically, it gives you a ton of control over these crucial signal handshakes.
And the benefit is?
The benefit is it directly solves some of the most annoying issues people run into. Things like sudden loss of video signal.
Okay.
Intermittent flashing video.
Hate that.
Snow or static on the screen.
Yeah.
Or even weird color problems like everything looking purple or reddish.
Ah, I've seen that before.
Exactly. The switch basically ensures optimal source-to-screen performance by making sure that communication, that EDID's handshake, happens flawlessly every time.
So if I'm getting this right, the EDID management basically wipes out a whole category of compatibility problems. The kind most of us just blame on HDMI being finicky.
That's a great way to put it, yeah.
Is there a common example where this EDID feature would really save someone's day?
Oh, absolutely. Okay, imagine this scenario. You've got maybe an older but still good 1080p projector in your home theater room, but you just bought a brand new 4K TV for the living room.
Right.
And you want to use the same Blu-ray player, let's say a 4K one, for both displays.
Makes sense.
Without really good EDD management, that Blu-ray player might get confused. It might try to send a 4K signal to the projector, which can't handle it, so you get no picture. Or it might struggle to consistently output the right resolution when you switch back and forth between the 4K TV and the 1080p projector. You get delays, flickering.
Yeah, okay.
This switch, because it can learn and then emulate the correct ED for each connected display, it makes sure the source always sends the optimal signal. No matter which screen you're routing the picture to, it just works.
That sounds incredibly useful.
And there's another huge bonus that comes with this: smart ED handling, faster switching times.
Oh, so?
Well, because the switch stores the ED data from all the connected displays, the source device doesn't have to renegotiate the resolution and settings every single time you switch which screen it's going to.
Ah, it already knows what to send.
Exactly. The switch handles it. And this means you get really rapid switching, often down to 2 seconds, maybe even less. It completely gets rid of that annoying black screen or flashing you often see with less sophisticated HDMI switches while they figure things out.
Wow, okay, 2 seconds or less. That rapid switching actually sounds fantastic, especially if you have, kids channel surfing or you're quickly bouncing between sources. That delay can be really annoying.
It really can. It makes the whole experience feel much smoother, more seamless.
So, okay, this traffic controller is set up. It's managing the EDID. how do you actually control the thing day to day? Is it just buttons on the box, or can you integrate it?
Yeah, good question. It's designed to be pretty easy to integrate. It gives you multiple options. There's an included 8-button remote control. Simple enough.
Just standard remote?
There's also just a physical on-off switch right on the front panel. But importantly, it also supports IR infrared and RS-232 control.
RS-232. So that means...
That means it can be tied into more complex home automation systems. You know, like Control 4, Crestron, that sort of thing. If you have a smart home setup, it can likely integrate.
Gotcha. And compatibility-wise, what kind of gear does it actually play nice with?
Well, that's another strong point. Its real genius, I think, lies in its kind of universal compatibility.
Yeah.
It handles the modern 4K stuff effortlessly.
Yeah.
You know, your Samsung UHD players, Roku 4K, DirecTV Genie boxes, Sony 4K players, NVIDIA Shield, Amazon Fire TV 4K.
So all the big names in 4K streaming and players?
Pretty much. But it also works perfectly fine with all your standard high-definition gear, too.
Yeah.
Think older Dish Network or DirecTV receivers, TiVos, cable boxes,
Right.
Blu-ray players that are just 1080p, even older game consoles like the Sony PS3 or the Xbox 360.
Okay, so backwards compatible, too.
Very much so. Apple TV, Vudu, standard Rokus,
Yeah.
even many PC video cards, as long as they have an HDMI output. It really aims to bridge the gap, letting you integrate a whole mix of existing and new devices into one system.
That's useful. Avoids having to upgrade everything at once.
Exactly. Just one key reminder, though. For the best performance, especially if you are routing 3D or 4K signals, make sure you're using proper high-speed HDMI cables.
Yeah.
That bandwidth matters.
Good tip. High-speed cables. Got it.
And one other little operational tip.
Mm-hmm.
If you are sending 3D or 4K content, any displays connected to the outputs that are not 3D or 4K compatible, they need to be actually powered off, or at least in standby mode.
Ah, okay. So the switch doesn't downscale automatically if a non-4K screen is active on another output.
Correct. For the 3D 4K signal path to work correctly to the compatible screen, the incompatible ones need to be off or sleeping. Just something to keep in mind for certain setups.
Okay, good to know. And all this broad compatibility, the performance, it must be backed by some solid tech specs, right? What's under the hood that guarantees this this lossless quality you mentioned?
Exactly. The specs are pretty robust for this class of device. We mentioned the resolution support up to 4K by 2K at 30 hertz, and also 1080p at a high refresh rate of 120 hertz. For color depth, it handles deep color bit rates, 30, 36, or even 48 bits per pixel. That translates to really vibrant, accurate colors on screen.
Nice. And audio.
Audio is well covered, too. It supports a whole suite of high-fidelity formats, things like DTS HD Master Audio, Dolby True HD.
Lossless ones.
The lossless ones, yeah. Plus LPCM 7.1 surround, standard DTS, Dolby AC3 DSD. Basically, whatever high-quality audio your source is sending, this switch should pass it through without issue. Your sound should be just as immersive as your picture.
That's crucial for home theater fans.
Absolutely. And what's also pretty impressive is its ability to maintain this signal quality over fairly long cable runs.
Oh, yeah. How long?
With the right cables, they specify using AWG24 HDMI 2.0 cables. For the inputs, you can go up to about 15 feet on the input side.
Okay.
And for the outputs, using slightly thicker AWG22 HDMI 2.0 cables, you can reliably run those up to 35 feet.
35 feet? Wow, that's pretty far.
It is. And critically, they claim this is with no signal loss or degradation of quality within those lengths.
That gives you a lot of flexibility for placing gear.
Definitely.
Yeah.
The robust design also includes ESD protection, electrostatic discharge protection, which just adds to its durability and reliability over time, helps protect it from static shocks that can damage sensitive electronics.
Right. And you mentioned a part number and price?
Yeah, the specific model we've been talking about is the HDTV TMX44, and the approximate price point is around $175.
$175, huh? Okay, that actually sounds pretty reasonable for everything it does.
Yeah, considering the problems it solves and the flexibility it offers, it makes a very tangible and accessible solution for a lot of people struggling with HDMI management.
So pulling this all together, what does this really mean for you, the listener? Who is this kind of device actually for? Who benefits the most?
Well, stepping back, I think the real value here isn't just the tech specs, right? It's about its ability to genuinely simplify what can be a really complex home theater setup. It helps eliminate that constant battle with cable management. It optimizes your picture and sound quality across multiple different screens.
Yeah.
And it gives you truly flexible control over where your content goes.
So it's for anyone tired of juggling wires.
Exactly. Anyone looking to avoid those common technical headaches, The flickering screens, the compatibility issues, anyone who wants to significantly enhance their viewing experience by making sure they're getting the best performance out of their, valuable TVs, projectors, and source devices.
Makes sense. It's about making the tech work for you, not against you.
Precisely. It ensures you get the performance you paid for from your gear.
This deep dive into just a single piece of hardware, it's really shown how much hidden potential there is in understanding the finer details of our tech.
It really does.
It kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other, maybe seemingly boring pieces of technology are out there quietly solving really complex problems behind the scenes? And maybe more importantly, what performance are you missing out on right now just by not understanding how this stuff works or what solutions are actually available?
That's a great thought to leave people with. There's always more under the surface.